Hey guys, it's Katelynn's Realm here, where I like to make it a cozy cove and make it a place where we can come and talk about anything and everything under the sun. So yeah, if you're acquainted with me already, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad to have you today. If you're interested in seeing the video before this one, it's my introduction video, as well as a brief backstory to my channel. I will post that in the description box below, so you'll have easy access to view that if you would like. And yeah, so let's get started. I would first like to start off by saying Happy New Year and welcome 2024. It is 2020. That's wrong. And welcome 2024. Yeah. I hope everybody had a great holiday season and are feeling ready for the new year. I hope it's going well this first week and that the year continues to go well, or that it starts to become well if it's not already going well for you. That was really wordy, but moving on. All right, so the topics that I would like to cover today mainly are about New Year's resolutions, goal setting, and getting organized. I would like to spend more time in my upcoming videos unpacking each category in more detail, but today we're just kind of gonna lightly talk about it, kind of breeze over things. So, New Year's resolutions. Most people, I feel like, set a resolution or a goal in the new year, and I'm no exception. I always love this time of year because it's a chance to really focus in on how you want to better your life and what you want to change in the next year. I view each year like a new chapter in my book of life, and it's a chance to change up the story, to add some things in or take some things out. So it's just a really great exercise for me to evaluate my life and decide what it is I want to change or keep. So let's first discuss the top 10 most common resolutions according to GoSkills.com. Now, you might see me glancing down every now and again because I have a little notebook here that I have notes I've made, and to kind of help keep my mind organized and stay on track with things I want to talk about. Number 1, most common resolution is exercise more. I can definitely relate with that one. I feel like every year I have an exercise goal on my list, a New Year's resolution that revolves around exercise. And a lot of the time it's very similar. It's like get in shape, build more muscle, feel better. A goal I've had for the past, I think 2 years now, at least, is I really want to do the 75 hard challenge, if you guys have ever heard of that. But it doesn't seem like I get around to doing a lot of exercise, intentional exercise in the year. Life just gets busy and you get caught up in things. But I really want to figure out how to change my patterns or my habits to where I can incorporate exercising in my life a lot easier, and where it will feel like I can do it as part of my routine instead of this feeling like it's a big effort, to incorporate it into my day as, just like things we get used to, habits we get into. We all wake up and we get ready for the day, or we go to work, or we go to school, or we do whatever activities we're involved in, and you do that for so many days in a row, it becomes habitual, it becomes second nature. You start doing it without even thinking about it. And so that's because we've incorporated it into our lives and into our routines. And I feel like if I can do that with exercise or anything else I have a goal for, it'll become like second nature. And so we'll talk more about that in upcoming videos. The second New Year's resolution, most common, is lose weight. I have many family and friends who have this goal as well. I'm actually on the opposite spectrum. It's really hard for me to gain weight. So I actually have more of a goal to gain more weight. Which probably seems like crazy, but yeah, That's me, but I totally empathize and understand a lot of people have a goal to, lose weight. They'll feel better, they'll look better. The third goal, New Year's resolution, most popular, is to get organized. So many people want to feel more organized and like they have their life more together. But it all seems to elude us so easily. We get caught up in everything. Before you know it, your house is a mess, or you're behind on your bills, or, you don't even know what you have in your closet. Everything's been backlogged, and it just gets messy and chaotic. And so getting organized can help not only you feel better mentally, but it can help you emotionally and honestly even physically feel better. Like when I have a clean space and my life feels more put together, I feel more energetic. I feel like I'm more motivated. So there's so many benefits that comes with being organized, in my opinion, and that is also something I want to talk more about. The fourth most common New Year's resolution, according to this article, is learn a new skill or a hobby. Again, this one's on my list pretty much every year. I want to learn a new skill or, discover a new hobby to try. And, that's that human instinct to like want to discover, to want to create, to want to grow and learn and expand. And so it can be anything. It can be something small, something big. Something small would probably be like, in terms of skills, I want to learn how to yo-yo better. Or I want to learn how to, polish my nails more accurately, or whatever it may be. It's like those are great skills to have, but they're not huge skills to learn, in my opinion. Bigger goals, I would say, are things like professional goals that you might have, ways to perform better at your job or become a better communicator. The list is endless, but that is definitely a resolution that I can relate with, especially the hobbies, because I've been really struggling with being able to like really find things to have fun with lately. I tend to be more of a type A personality, perfectionistic, and so I can get really caught up in being productive and almost be like OCD about it, that I can forget to have fun or just feel like I simply can't afford to have fun or I don't have the time to have fun. But that catches up with me and actually causes me to feel worse and creates burnout a lot faster. So something I'm realizing is breaks and having fun are a necessary part of life, and if I want to function optimally, I need to incorporate that into my life just as much as I incorporate other things like sleep or a healthy diet or exercise. Having fun, recreation, taking a break, all necessary. We'll talk more about this. The fifth most common New Year's resolution is live life to the fullest. Now that's a pretty vague one, but I feel like most of us can relate. Sometimes life just feels pretty mundane and we get caught up in just the day-to-day that it's like, I just don't feel like I'm very fulfilled. We were wanting fulfillment. We want to find something that gives us purpose and meaning and sparks that emotion that makes us feel alive and brings us joy. I think that's pretty universal for us humans. The sixth most common resolution is save more money and spend less money. Yep, money seems to be an issue for most of us. It's been tough, not gonna lie. I'm a adult living in a city, and I'm a part-time server working at a fine dining restaurant. And thankfully, I make really good tips on the nights I do work, but I don't have a ton of hours. And living in a city, the cost of living is a little higher, so my money disappears quicker. And it's tough because there's so many things I want to do, and there's so many things I need to do, and they don't always align. And so budgeting has never been so important in my life, with how much, keeping track how much I'm making, keeping track how much is going out to different expenses, and what expenses are necessary versus what are like more so just me wanting to spend money on those things. It requires a lot of mindfulness. Otherwise, it's so easy just to, act out of impulse and be like, oh, I want to buy that, or oh, I want to get that. I want to go out to eat tonight. Whatever. And before you know it, you've spent $100 or $200 in a few days, and you're like, oh, where's my money going? You know, things add up. So being mindful about spending and where you're at financially is going to be a huge factor in your success for spending less and saving more in the new year. The 7th most common New Year's resolution is to quit smoking. So many people struggle with addiction, whether it's smoking, whether it's drinking, whether it's overeating, whether it's anything. You know, I thankfully am not a smoker and not much of a drinker, but there have been times where I will drink more because I'm feeling down about life, and I feel better when I'm under the influence of alcohol at those times. But most of the time, I don't drink very much. I do, however, tend to overindulge in food, especially when I'm stressed, especially like sweets, you know, or chocolate, or just comfort foods. And when you do that too consistently, it starts to make me not feel well. I don't have the energy that I want. I don't think as clearly. Nothing feels like it's really going great. I mean, I also have family members who struggle with addiction, and it's really hard to watch because I care about them a lot, and I'm trying to figure out ways that I can help them overcome it, because I know they don't want to be feeling addicted to these things either. But it's tough. It's really tough. It takes a lot of willpower, a lot of dedication, and a lot of desire to want to change. The 8th most common New Year's resolution is spend more time with family and friends. Many of us get caught up in our jobs and errands and just the day-to-day maintenance of life that our relationships kind of take the back seat. And that starts to make us feel lonely, and our mental and emotional health can decline with loneliness. And that can also make our relationships not as strong. So I know this is one of my New Year's resolutions. I want to make an effort to communicate and spend more time with my family, as well as go out with my friends more. Make efforts to go out, do things, socialize, because it's too easy when you're stressed to just say, I'll do that another day, I'll do that another time. I'm stressed right now, I just want to be in my pajamas on my couch and watch Netflix. And it's like, yeah, that's comfortable, that feels good, but that's not going to promote overall well-being, especially for the long term. Like, you're just kind of like giving in to what feels good right now, but you're not actually fixing the problem. So by putting yourself out there, being social, I feel like that's going to bring more balance into your life. It's going to bring more balance into my life, and it'll help me perform better in other areas of my life the more that I'm balanced. I think social connections are very important to have. We'll talk more about relationships in other videos. New Year's resolution number 9. So this one is to travel more. Again, this one's on mine as well. I would love to travel. I have wanted to travel for many years, but because of lack of finances, mainly because of that actually, I haven't been able to do the type of traveling that I want to do. And so, yeah, I really want to figure out a way this year that I can go somewhere that I've never been before, a region that I've never been before, that I've been wanting to check out. I still need to define what place that is exactly, but I know a couple off the top of my head are like Mount Rushmore, Statue of Liberty, Washington, D.C., Redwood National Forest in California, Grand Canyon, things like that. It would be absolutely amazing if I could make a trip out west or out east and see the ocean or something this year. I would freaking love that. But we'll just have to see what I can do. But this year, or just lately, more than any time in my life, I've really just realized, and it's like hit home, just how much I really want to travel and discover so many places on this world. I feel like that would be so fulfilling for me. And last but not least, resolution number 10, read more. You guessed it. That one's on my resolution list. I want to read more. There's so many benefits that come with reading, whether it's fiction books, nonfiction books, self-help books, recipe books, it doesn't matter. In some way or form, reading, first of all, just helps your mind stay like strong and your vocabulary strong, and then it gives you ideas for things. It can give you ideas for things that you can incorporate in your own life. And if it's just like a fiction book, like a story, it can bring pleasure. It can spark, creativity and imagination and just make you feel good inside. I have a long list of books I want to read this year, and I really hope I get around to all of them. I'm trying to set my goals for this year for reading very, very doable, because too many times in the past with New Year's resolutions I have aimed way too high. My expectations were way too high, where I kind of just set myself up for failure. And so I'm really tired of that. So I'm going to really set my goals very, very attainably. And if I attain them, great. I met my goal, I met my resolution. If I go beyond that, that's even greater. So with reading, my goal is to finish at least 6 books by the end of the year. I know that doesn't sound like much, but for me, I'm a pretty slow reader right now. So I really just need to focus in on the words to really let it sink in. So by finishing 6 books this year, that would be a huge improvement. I don't think I've ever done that in my life. So if I read more, fantastic, that would be awesome, but that's where my starting goal is. So yeah, those are the 10 most common New Year's resolutions according to goskills.com. So yeah, I can see how a lot of these resolutions, if not all of them, I can relate with, and I'm sure a lot of other people can relate with. I know from people I've talked to, a lot of these resolutions are on their list as well. This is a great time, if you haven't already done it, to really reflect on the past year, 2023, and think about what your favorite times were of that year, what you're really proud of, what you accomplished, and then also think about things that were not so great, things you look at like failures or shortcomings, and really just soul search and answer those questions for yourself. And then if you could change something about last year, what would it be? All these things can help define what goals you have for this coming year and how you want to shape your life for this year, so that in a year from now, you can look back on this year and say, I'm glad with how that year went. So yeah, I'm going to be working on that myself. I'm going to be doing these exercises and journal prompts, which I will probably film and post about next week, but I'm still thinking about that. A way to discover what your goals are, if you're having a hard time figuring out what they are, is to really try to define what your values are, what's important to you, and what your priorities are. Because by knowing that, you can then start thinking about specific things you want to accomplish, which turn into goals, and then you can detail out those goals. And a method I really like is the SMART goal method, which we will talk more about in following videos. As far as getting organized goes, I know we kind of briefly talked about that earlier in the video, but I am feeling the itch big time to clean my apartment. It's just feeling like it's been too long since a deep clean has happened. And I really just want to feel like my space is just calm and serene and just makes me feel centered inside. Just anything to promote feeling good. So my goals for the next couple months around my apartment and getting organized are literally to go through everything, every room, every drawer, every cupboard, and get rid of things I don't want or need and replace it with things I do want and need. I want to know this place and what I have from top to bottom. So I'll create a cleaning and organizing plan, and then I will talk to you guys about that. All right, well, I know this has been a little bit all over the place, but I guess that's the nature of my videos, talking about everything and anything under the sun. I wanted to touch more on getting organized and setting goals in this video, but I think I'm gonna save that for the other videos. So yeah, we talked mostly about New Year's resolutions in this video. I guess we'll finish up by me telling you a little bit more about my personal resolutions for this year that I've created so far, and then we'll wrap things up. For me personally, the ones I've created, I did tell you about the one about wanting to finish at least 6 books this year. Reading them, that is. I've already told you as well about the travel to a region I've never been before. I want to invest in myself, which that is a very vague resolution, so I really need to think about what that means to me and give some detail to that one. I want to pay off my debt. I have accumulated more debt than I would like to say, and it's been weighing on me. So I really want to work on paying that down and ideally paying it off this year. That would be extremely wonderful and a great feeling. I'm feeling very creatively inclined this year, specifically in the writing and music realm of things. So a couple of goals that I've set for myself are, one is to learn 3 different songs on the guitar, and I would like to write a complete song. And what that means to me is write the lyrics, write the melody, put it to music, record it, be able to like post it on YouTube or SoundCloud or somewhere and be able to listen to it. That would be incredible. I would like to journal every day for at least 10 minutes. Journaling is something that I've been learning about more lately, and just how beneficial it is. And it's something that I just can't deny anymore. It's like, I need to do this. It's gonna help me in every way of my life. So journaling is like a huge goal and resolution for me this year. I guess I need to define a little bit more of what like kind of journaling I want to do. But at this point, like I said, I want to do at least 10 minutes a day, and I would like to do different kinds of journaling, like mix it up. Like some days do just brain dump journaling. Other ones do gratitude or meditation or just daydreaming or reflecting on my childhood. Just a lot of different topics, or journal prompts with questions I have for myself or questions that I've discovered on the internet that I'd like to ask myself. Which I would like to film a lot of like journal prompts and journal sessions. I think that would be fun. Meditation is also a thing that I want to start doing a lot more than I have been. I've been struggling a little bit more with mental health lately, and I feel like journaling and meditation is going to help substantially. And yeah, that's pretty much it so far. I have a few other like loose goals that I'm still trying to like tie down and define for myself, but those are the big ones, as well as exercise. I really want to get in really good shape this year. I want to be more muscular. I want to have good cardio endurance. I just want to look and feel amazing. And so I will be creating a detailed exercise plan for myself. So yeah, thank you for listening to the goals and resolutions I have for myself this far. I would love to hear any goals and resolutions that you've set for yourself, if you have any. Just post them in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it or you found it meaningful in some way. Any thoughtful comments are always welcome and appreciated. If you're interested in checking out more of my content to come, please feel free to subscribe. And without further ado, I hope you have an amazing second week of this new year. Go get him, Tiger. 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 All right. Much love, my friends.